Yeah, this is 1 secret sociopath versus 5 empaths.
I am an empath.
Oh, I already know. I already know who the sociopath is. Guys, I already know who the sociopath is. It's this girl. It's this girl. Has anyone else seen the video I've seen with this girl in it? Because there's another YouTube video I watched. Where she's talking to this guy about, like, I will never forget one of the things she said in this. So she's a sociopath. And she doesn't, I remember one time she talked, like, there was a video of her. It's like, it has like a couple million views of her just talking about it. Where they interview her. And like, she literally is like, she says something that I thought was so relatable. She says, every morning like her roommate was like, yeah, every morning she screams. And the dude was like, why do you scream every morning? And she was like, because I'm angry, I woke up. She literally said, because I'm angry, I woke up. And I was like, damn. But yeah, she is a clinically diagnosed sociopath. I watched her full interview and story, and I do feel like it's actually really sad, like her situation. I feel like a lot of it was her upbringing. Her parents didn't take her seriously and kind of reinforced the poor like behavior or things that she was experiencing. So yeah, it's not, I feel bad for her. She seems like she's genuinely trying to like be a good person and like do good, but she just has this, you know, she says like in the video that I watched previously, she's like, one thing she said that I thought was really insightful is she was like, the emotions people normally feel towards others is an automatic thing. I have to try to mimic that manually. So it's like something that everyone else's brain can do automatically, I have to do manually. And it makes life very difficult. And I was like, yeah. Because I feel like a lot of people, like, if they have sociopathy, are like, they're kind of painted as evil. And I feel like that's not accurate, right? Like, so yes, a lot of people that are evil do have sociopathy because it's very hard for people with normal levels of empathy to do nefarious things if it's not a crime of passion or anger, right? So I get that. But it's like, that doesn't mean everyone that's a sociopath is bad, you know? Yeah, this is 1 secret sociopath versus 5 empaths.
So let's go around and say what makes us an empath.
I am an emotional empath, so I can sense people.
I also feel like maybe one of these 4 other people are empaths. Like, I feel like people throw around empaths so much. Like, bro, my fucking left toe could be an empath.
People's emotions very quickly from afar.
I feel emotions in my body. I'm like a sponge. So I'll like soak up the people's emotions around me and then throw it back at them.
It's a thermometer. You know how to feel the room. The temperature is very in your face and you know.
We saying a whole lot of nothing. What the fuck are we even saying? This is like if you ask someone to describe a color, but they couldn't use the word of the color and they're all like trying to use like different things to explain it.
How to adjust to it.
Being an empath for me helps me with my work as a mental health advocate.
I think it's a big difference between
Yo, this girl's smart as fuck. Yo, she's smart as fuck, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
relating to people's emotions versus feeling. Like anyone can feel what other people are feeling, but it's different to relate and actually feel those emotions for yourself.
I would say that I'm also the type of person to really place myself in another person's shoes, and also I'm a sponge as well. I feel like if I see someone crying, I fight the urge to cry myself.
Well, I'm also...
Okay, I have a question. Do you guys sometimes feel like people that like get overly emotional about other people's things are being like inherently selfish and making it about themselves? I've thought about this. Sometimes I feel like you're trying to be so empathetic that it's like you're almost making it about you. You know what I'm saying? I think relating to people is a very normal thing. I feel like what I do, I feel like sometimes I do this on accident. Like someone will share something rough and I'll share a similar experience I had via like kind of like a mini story almost. And it's not really to be like, yeah, I've been through hard stuff too, and like make it about me. It's more so like that the person knows I understand, right? But I do worry sometimes that it makes me seem like I'm like making it about me or like unintentionally doing that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Also on the spectrum, so as an autistic empath, I can sense things very easily, and not only that, it's a blessing and a bit of a curse because it could also lead me to getting possibly taken advantage of.
Me too. I have the tism also. Yay. Tism buddies.
I have autism also.
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
When I heard someone else was on the spectrum, I felt less alone. As an autistic person, we feel a lot.
And I think too, like we can always tell.
I know,
like,
she's
how
trying to
someone
confuse them here.
walks,
We
like,
feel a
can
lot.
The weight of their like.
Nah, I've seen you.
Really
I've seen your other
touching the
video.
ground. And so I think watching how someone walks and things like that, like you can definitely feel where they're at. Have you ever done that before?
Like this, or do they walk like this, or like this? I don't know. I've never paid attention to it.
Oh my God, yeah. Can we like try and walk back and, well, this is kind of a small space. Usually we'll ask people like, I won't ask them, I'll watch them walk, essentially, then I'll get a little bit more.
Okay, so fashion show?
All right.
Oh, she's gonna do a catwalk. We're gonna like really do this.
No, just kidding.
Should we do music?
Okay.
What is the point of this?
That's chill.
I feel like you can tell if someone's down by the way they walk.
I never thought about going that method or that way. And I was also like nervous to walk a certain way that I don't know how an empath would walk or not walk.
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's okay.
I'm like really
thought.
The curiosity.
Okay.
Oh, we're.
Oh, okay. I'm good.
Okay.
We're good.
You're definitely with us 'cause you walked outside the box.
Oh no, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay.
That's not embarrassing at all. Oh God. Okay.
How do you trip twice? She tripped at the beginning and she tripped at the end. You know what? This is the most empathetic walk here. You want to know why? Because when she fell, everyone felt bad. Low key, you the empath. I believe you. You were able to make everyone else in the room feel something. Yo. That was the most empathetic walking room because everyone fell afterward and related to it. So they felt that shit. You know what? Shout out to this lady. Good for you.
Anyway, next.
It's okay. You fell gracefully.
And this, honestly, everyone that paid attention during this segment, this is a really good way to tell and discern who cared. Because people that walked up to him were like, are you okay? You can kind of use this as a key to be like, are they empathetic? And I feel like if this girl is really smart, she did this on purpose to see who would react. Maybe she was testing them. Because I find it very hard to believe that you fall here and here. I feel like she was trying to test them. So low-key, out of everyone in this group, this girl was like, she's like 8-heading this shit if that's what she's doing.
Right? That's not gonna be on the. Yeah. Surprise! The fall was fake.
Knew it.
I wanted to fall to see if people would react. So either people would feel.
Allison, you a smart ass
no, you're
individual.
okay. Like, try to
Shout out
have
to
that.
fucking
Or
you, bro.
giggle because
You wanna know
they
why you
feel-
got door earrings? Because you open doors and people in my brain, bro. Like you are a genius.
Like the secondhand embarrassment. So I was trying to see like who didn't react at all because that person was probably the odd one out.
It seemed like it could have been fake, and I thought, oh, maybe she's the one. I'm not sure. I don't know how to walk. Oh my
Don't
gosh.
walk like me and we're good.
Am I supposed to pretend to be
I
confident?
mean, you just be yourself.
Just be
Okay.
yourself.
That's awesome.
Like you're walking through the house, you're going to the kitchen, you're gonna make some food.
That's how I do.
I feel that.
feel like I'm getting judged.
No, you're not. You got this.
All right, very exciting.
I ain't gonna lie, that girl seems like someone that like I would be fun to get zooted with, bro. The last girl, like I don't know what it is, she gives those vibes.
What I noticed
gives,
in the
like,
walk is
zooted
a lot of
on,
awkwardness.
like, show friend vibes.
Christine had an awkward walk. Cassie had an awkward walk. Allison just fumbled. So I just noticed that there was a lot going on there. I think Austin was probably the biggest giveaway that he probably was an empath.
What do you guys do for work?
Yeah, I'm trying to be a good person. But Howard, no, that walk was indicative of nothing, bitch. That's pseudoscience. I don't know what textbook you lied to. Okay, you lied to everyone and said you read. Okay, the walk means nothing. The most you could get out of a walk, honestly, is you can tell someone's mood. Okay, you can tell if they're down, you can tell if they're sad, you can tell if they're happy, you can tell if they have confidence with the way they walk, and that's about it. That is about, if you get anything else from that, maybe you can tell if they got like a fucking bow leg, like, but if you get anything else from that, like you are lying, you know, there's no way.
I'm a Lego artist, so I build with Lego. I get to play with Lego all day.
I am actually
that's
an
lit.
artist. I actually make
Being a Lego artist
lot
sounds fun as fuck.
Of art designs. As of late, I've been working on some figure drawing and oil painting because I'm currently in college. And outside of that, I also do photography.
Oh, that is so
Yes.
awesome. I work as a social media manager for an oil painter in La Jolla. So it's
so
study the
cool.
art. Yeah.
Yes.
Mine's very complicated. I work with the public, but like I'm in the public and I do a lot of like journey walks and experiences with people. I'm like an Airbnb host as well as like a
Motherfuckers who say they're entrepreneurs be like, motherfuckers who say they're entrepreneurs be like, people who say they got businesses be like, Bro just said I do nothing. I'm in the public, but I work with the public. Bitch, what does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Technically, everyone's in the public, okay?
Other things.
So you got the
Photography,
walking on point.
yeah.
Walking.
Yeah, and then photography.
I'd be that dickhead on the panel that be asking questions like, what is a journey walk? What does that mean? What does that do? What does that do for people? Like, not to like be like, cause I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't know what the fuck that means. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't even do it, not even to like belittle what he does, but it's like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, actually, you know?
Would be my little like paint.
I'm a student. I'm in high school still, but senior year.
Wait, she looks mad
Done. Thank
old.
you. And then I work at my church just on like the
She looks like she's like
I think you
25.
learn a lot from what someone does for work. A lot of creative types seem to be empathetic, so that kind of like threw me off that we were all kind of creative types of people.
Y'all know the movie
Yo, I love how they did this thing where like they don't tell you in the beginning who the odd one out is. Sometimes you have to guess. But it's like, since I know that she's odd one out, it's nice to see her like try to strategize to the audience. Like, cause she's lying to the audience too, right? So that like adds some more suspense into the video, which I think is smart. But I just think that's interesting.
Inside Out.
Yeah.
That movie kind of shows some people's indication of like what's their leading emotions. Because if you notice with Riley, her leading emotions were joy and sadness, and then with the eventual movie will be anxiety, which I can relate so much.
Inside Out too.
Yes.
Who they gonna vote? Damn, they
I
voted
voted for
her?
Veronica at the very beginning just because she was a little bit more quiet.
Her wardrobe is a little bit darker. Her energy was a little lower. She was kind of quiet. She seemed a little bit nervous.
Damn, so they said shy people not empathetic. That's not very empathetic of y'all. You know, for someone to be shy and you're immediately like, they're a bad person. I don't know. I feel like you're using some Disney villain casting logic. Just because someone wears dark clothes or shy doesn't mean they're like gonna fuck you up from the corner of the room. You know, I feel like for being empaths, they're all doing the most superficial judgments I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? I would realistically, if I had to pick someone from this bunch, if I needed a reason to vote her out, my reason would have been, out of everyone on the panel, I got the least information from her. And I don't know who else to vote out because everyone else seems fine, but I got no info from her, so I voted her out. I don't know why they don't just say that. You know what I'm saying? Part of me would also choose her because I would have noticed the fall was fake, and I think a fake fall, although we're strategizing, makes sense. I feel like that's very like, you're a little too calculated, you know? Like, I feel like that's more like less empath behavior, but also emotional people can be calculated too. But like, I feel like, yo, y'all are giving the most shallow reason. Nah, motherfucker wore a hoodie, bro. Like, he 100% robbed the store. Like, that's what we're doing at this point, okay? But he's wearing a black hoodie, he robbed the store. Like, what? It's the same thing. Like, it's the same, like false equivalency. You know what I'm saying?
She was a little quiet, and everything she responded was not adding up to an extent.
See, I agree because hers was very like,
I'm more of a listener. That's
she's saying like the perfect thing every time, which I think is a red flag for like, because I feel like people that are more emotionally driven aren't as calculated because you're preoccupied with your emotions more like forwardly, you know?
I'm very observant. That's mostly how I'm able to figure out stuff about people. So I think that I probably wasn't talking as much as I should have, and they thought that that was suspicious.
You okay?
Yeah. My most empathetic person in my life would be my mother, because she's really the only person I mostly have.
Listen, I'm skipping the ad because when I upload this to YouTube, they're gonna fucking copyright claim it anyways, okay?
Really understood me, especially when
You gonna get money from me regardless.
I'm just not feeling it.
I would say it's probably my bestie Mookie, because like I call him whenever something good happens or whenever something bad happens, and he kind of like matches my energy. So if like something really good is happening, and then he'll be like, oh my god, I'm so excited, and I'll be like, oh my god, I'm excited that you're excited, and then we just kind of build. Like, whereas like if something really good happens and I tell my mom, she's like, okay, and I'm like, ah.
Oh, this is really hard. I actually think there's a lack of because of it. Maybe my brother is a little bit, but like what's interesting is because I'm an Airbnb host, like, and I share the space with my guests, I typically get a lot of empaths staying with me because it's not.
So you rent out a room in your house that you live with for Airbnb? You can do that?
Not typical that someone would want to live with someone else. And so it's really like my guests, and it's the people that stay with me.
My former pastor was the most empathetic person around me. He's currently deceased, and I opened up to him about a lot of things, and he didn't judge me, and I'm very grateful that I had him in my life.
That's beautiful.
The shakiness in her voice that she added is insane. No, that is insanely good. Holy shit, that's kind of freaky. That was actually kind of freaky. Holy shit, bro. See, the thing is, like I said, she has to manually create emotion so people think she's like, you know, people don't think she's being like inappropriate in certain situations. So she's probably got very good at this, you know?
Beautiful.
And you can use it for evil, but she seems to be trying to use it for good, which is what I like.
I would say that the most empathetic person in my life is definitely my sister. She has grown up with special needs, and I feel like she's just such a people person as well. And she's taught me so much about love, about patience, about, oh, I feel like I'm about to cry, about just so much. So she's definitely the biggest empath in my life for sure.
She was talking about something emotional, and I was like kind of looking at her eyeballs to see if they were gonna like water up, and I didn't see a lot of watering up, even though she's like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I was like, are you?
What was the most like traumatic thing that happened that you noticed that it brought it out of you even further?
I feel like her saying, I think I'm gonna cry, was like the pitfall, the downfall of her in that scenario. Because if you never said that, it doesn't make you seem suspicious. But the fact that you felt the need to point it out preemptively is kind of like, I would be a sus of that too.
Oh my gosh. I would say for me, I had a really bad car accident, like at the end of high school. And my best friend was in like the passenger side with me. And obviously we ended up leaving unhurt. And I'm so grateful that that was the case. But I think that made me more empathetic because I did not want anything to happen to her. And also, it's also made me appreciate life. You just never know when your last moment.
Being homeless has brought out empathy. Well, I'm not currently homeless, but I was homeless. And that has brought out a lot of empathy in me. And that's why I work with homeless people, because I want them to know that the world has not given up on them. Being homeless shaped me a lot. It actually made me a better person. When I was on the streets, I wanted to help other people that were worse off than me. And that's when I started being an empathetic person.
Yeah, and
I don't remember if she was actually homeless or not, but damn, she's good at doing this, bro.
I was gonna say for me,
She's scary good at
probably
this.
was like,
I won't lie.
Because usually I go to my mom, but like when she lost her mother or my grandmother, and what was crazy enough, it was in 2019, and that was actually the year I was graduating from high school. Everything turned differently, and especially as, of course, as someone on the spectrum,
Is the fact that if she made that shit up, I mean, it's the point of the game. Like, I don't think so. Like, to be honest with you. Like, the point of the game is to lie, and everyone knows that and willingly signs up to it.
Once I started realizing I kept being taken for granted to the point it was so mind-numbing, and I couldn't help myself out, but I was able to help other kids who has more higher levels of whether it's autism or even Down syndrome, to help them out know it's okay.
I would vote this guy out, personally. Or I would vote her out. If I was a contestant. Here's why. I think she comes off that she's trying too hard, which is very, maybe if I really, but also the I'm not gonna lie, the first girl, the one that like was like, oh, I felt like I'm about to cry. That would have been really sus to me too. So maybe I would vote her out. But I also feel like she seems like she's trying too hard. This dude seems like he's being very honest. Because people with autism tend to be a lot more forward about like their feelings and stuff, which I honestly think is refreshing. If everyone was like that, the world would just be so much easier. We would get a lot further a lot quicker. This guy seems like he's like trying too hard too. Like these two seem like they're trying too hard. The first guy the first girl seemed, the crying thing is the only thing that would have thrown me off.
I think she was just putting on a persona. So I thought she had like some sociopath
See, that's what I'm saying. Wearing rainbow, like it did seem like a persona.
Tendencies. And I just was like, oh, why is she trying to like curate an image around herself? So
although I really liked her story, it just felt like it was somewhat typical non-empath behavior. I voted for her mostly because I just wasn't really feeling it within that round.
Oh, good luck. I feel like because I asked the questions initially, that was probably like
No,
why
it's
I
because
got
you said you
voted
think you're gonna
out.
cry.
And
I'm gonna
also
be
when I
honest. That was
started
it.
explaining stuff about my sister and the traumatic incident, I felt like I was choking up and I felt like I was getting nervous. And so I think that made me think like, okay, I'm probably gonna get voted out.
If everyone feels confident that you already caught the mole, you can end the game now. But if the majority has doubts, the game will continue. Please raise your hand if you want to continue playing the game.
Nah, her raising her hand is crazy, bro. I love how everyone looked around to see what everyone else was doing.
Okay, what's your favorite Disney movie?
I would say two, one from Disney, one from Pixar. My Disney would be Big Hero 6, because I can
Ooh, Big Hero
relate
6
with
is a good ass
and
movie. Yo, shout out to you.
For Pixar, I had to give them credit because they got me real good. Turning Red.
Okay.
I
I never
felt
watched
May's pain deeply, real deeply.
What about you guys?
Oh, it's The Little Mermaid. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you were before me. It's just as soon as I thought, I was like, I love Pocahontas because I cried during Pocahontas. But The Little Mermaid is also good too.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same storyline.
It's very much so.
Mine's Hercules.
Hercules.
I just, the music's so good. So I wanted to
Yo,
know
first guy's
about
the most
people's favorite
based.
Disney movies
First guy's the most
specifically,
based.
because there are certain Disney movies that just are too emotionally like get. If Lion King's your favorite movie, there is something wrong with you, because when Simba's dad dies and he's like, Papa, wake up, you're like, my heart can't take it.
Okay, I'm
So she likes to watch movies that aren't emotionally charged because she's emotional. See, I feel like sometimes people watch movies to feel shit and sometimes people don't like to feel shit. Like, no, I get it. She's saying like sometimes movies that stimulate an emotional response, she doesn't enjoy harsh emotion. Because some people are empathetic and they don't like being that empathetic. Like, to be honest with you, that's the thing. Like some movies that just because you're empathetic doesn't mean you enjoy it. Because I'm gonna be being overly empathetic, like being an empath is kind of exhausting if you're actually an empath. Because everyone else's emotions will weigh heavy on you and almost like it's debilitating if there's too many strong emotions around you. So I get that. But like I said, I doubt any of these people in this video are actually empaths. They might just be like average empathetic people. You know what I'm saying? So they should have just said like, I think just empaths versus sociopaths in the title is a better title. So that's why they went that route. But I feel like realistically, it's not an accurate title. But you know, it's the YouTube game.
really thinking this through. Like, who broke your heart?
Oh, God.
And explain like what you felt.
Okay, so I am 31 years old, and this is
Damn, they really mean when they say they don't crack, bro. Holy shit, you look like you're like 23. What? Her skin is flawless. Even if it's makeup, there's like no like imperfections, wrinkles, no sign of age. Damn. I do think the natural hair definitely makes her look, I think this is natural. I'm not really the best at telling. It might be natural with some wig elements. I think it's natural. I think the natural hair being down with the glasses makes her look a lot younger too. Because I feel like younger people don't, well, nowadays, but I feel like a lot of like really young people, like pre like 20s don't wear like weaves or wigs. So I do feel like that also kind of like subconsciously makes you think they're more youthful. But I feel like the glasses and the big smile and the clear skin is like really what does it.
like cringy that I'm saying this on Jubilee, but I'm 31 years old and I've never had a boyfriend. So there's this saying, and it goes, it is better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. And I agree with that because I would have loved
I don't
to
think she lied about that. I remember her saying something like this in the video.
have a boyfriend, or now that I'm in my 30s, a husband. So yeah, I never got my heart broken in a romantic way, unfortunately. I don't know if that's unfortunate or not, but yeah.
There's a few family members who, okay, not emotions. There's a few family members who.
Now this motherfucker's. Yo, it's so uncanny. He's smiling at everyone's sob stories. He's like, so like my mom died, and he's like, oh yeah, so, you know, I never felt love before. And he's looking at her like, so anyways, you know, I never, you know, I feel really upset. Like, imagine if your therapist did this. Like, I'd be like, bitch, are you enjoying this? The fuck? Like, hello? Like, like what? Like, it's so uncanny in a way. No, am I crazy? I'd be like, what the fuck you mean? Why are you smiling? Are you enjoying my misery, bitch? Like, what is happening right now? Like, what is actually happening? Like, it's so... That would be kind of terrifying to me.
Longer connected with.
Mm.
Who, yeah.
No,
I
but
talk
he's like
more-
actively listening and smiling and enjoying it. I think he's smiling because he's trying to make like himself appear friendly. But I feel like in this scenario, it just seems more inappropriate, you know?
I'm gonna cry, but it's
No,
starting.
this is
But
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely would be love and lost. And so like for me, it was like going through that experience. This person was also like empathetic. So for her and I, it was like very much like we could feel a lot of what was going on in the world. And I feel like I lost my partner. I asked this also because like there's things that happen afterwards. When you lose someone, or like there's a breakup, or there's some type of trauma.
You know, one of my friends went on a Jubilee video, Nat. Nat did Jubilee video. He was like, it was like one fake girl versus one real girl. And like he has a really good girl voice, right? So he like went on this.
Between
Yeah.
Austin and Aaron.
Yo,
you guys
I'm
look
gonna
at
be
photos?
honest. I don't know how they're thinking it's him, bro. He speaks like so earnestly about everything, and it's like doesn't seem calculated or really well thought out at all. He just kind of speaks, which is what like makes it seem more real to me.
Seconds each to state your case. Ready, set, go.
I'm an empath because one, I understand emotions completely through everybody. I, in fact, also understand empath through also tarot cards, and I also love studying energies through zodiacs and other ways to channel.
I also feel like when you're like in this scenario, like there's nothing really I would know to say that doesn't seem cringy. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, what do you say to prove you're an empath when you're about to get eliminated for someone else? I'd be like, if you think it's the other dude, just vote me out. Like, I don't know what to say. That's really what I would say. I'd be like, listen, I don't care that much for the money, but like, you know, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it, you know, like, I don't know.
People's energies and be openly understanding for them. So that's why I'm an empath.
My only saying is, in silence, you can still hear words. And so I just think that
This motherfucker is basically trying to be like, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't need to because I feel energies. And he's also kind of like gonna belittle the other guy for speaking a lot. Watch. So that's why he's gonna say this, because he's gonna be like, this dude is overcompensating by speaking. And he's trying to do it in a roundabout way that makes him seem not suspicious while calling him out, which in my opinion is very manipulative.
I don't know. I think Austin said a lot.
See, what did I say? I fucking called it, bro. I fucking called it. That is some slimy ass shit. That is some slimy ass shit, bro. No. See, if that was your tiebreaker, I'm voting you the fuck out. Like, I don't know. Something about that is like not, like, I knew he was about to do that. Damn, you're good at this. I've been fucked over by a lot of people. I can see shit like this happening. But that is just so, no. Honestly, if we really looked back at this and we had, if I didn't know she was the sociopath, I would think it was him. And I would just think he was a shitty one. Because if you're really a sociopath and you're good at being a sociopath, no one's gonna fucking know. But like this dude, I would just think he's a shitty one. Because like he seems like he doesn't understand like what's appropriate. Like he was smiling when people were sharing hard stories. He kind of belittled this person unwillingly. Like, so I feel like if I didn't know it was her, because of the previous video, I would 100% have thought it was him. Like from this segment. You know, also it just seems like he's overcompensating a little bit too.
I was gonna say, Austin said a lot. That's all I'm gonna say.
Don't hate me.
I think we were suspicious about Aaron because he seemed too empathetic.
Aaron seemed a little sketch because he didn't echo people's reactions. He just was like very calm, cool, and collected, and
That's what I'm saying. It's a bit weird.
stuff like that. So I thought maybe it would be him, but I feel so bad.
I'm glad he got voted out after that petty shit. I'm not gonna lie. Even though he's not the sociopath, I just feel like that was some fucked up shit, bro. Like you playing, like you're not even playing dirty. You playing petty. I feel like if you're playing dirty and you would play the game perfectly and win, I can respect you. But it's like he was just being petty because he ran out of options.
I might have not spoken so much. I wasn't as bubbly as the others. It was just easy maybe to have me.
No, bitch. It's because of the shit you said at the end. What are you talking about? How are you so empathetic but so clueless? I don't think he's an empath. I'm gonna be honest. Listen, guys. I'm not actually like a doctor or psychologist, but if like genuinely from the way he's acting, even in the interviews, I feel like he might like actually be a sociopath. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is some sociopathy. You're unaware of what's happening. You seem like you're really trying to like play off your good traits only. Nothing you said was your fault. Like, this really, like, you actually seem like the one. And if you're not, and I sense that in this video, you're technically not, because I know who the real sociopath is. Like, I think you might actually be one and just not be so deluded in the fact that you are one that you're even telling Jubilee you're not a sociopath. You know what I'm saying? Like, something about that is just, it's too much. I don't know if maybe that's fucked up. And like, I'm not, you know, a doctor, so I can't diagnose this sort of thing. But I feel like given all of the way he's acting, he just seems like it. And that since I know he's not it, it's very odd to me, you know? Because like, I know he's not the sociopath because I know it's the other girl. So because it's like, what? I would argue that an actual sociopath is aware though. I think it's more complicated than that. I think you can be a sociopath and be aware, and yeah, I think you can be one and not aware. I also feel like you can be a sociopath, but you can be a shitty one. So like he doesn't feel emotions, but when he tries to emulate them to blend in, he's very bad at it, right? So like he's not a shitty sociopath, for example, but he's shitty at pretending like he's not one because he hasn't tried to understand emotions enough and like look at them. Because realistically, if you're a sociopath, you don't feel emotions like at all in certain ways. And it's a scale, obviously, but if you don't feel them at all, to try to like understand what they are is very difficult. So I feel like he has not done that. If he was actually a sociopath, that is the conclusion I would get. He was just a very bad at like he was a sociopath that was bad at masking or like blending in or code switching or whatever you want, whatever term you want to use for it.
If the lights turn green, that means you voted out the mole and you win. If the light turns red,
that was an ad.
Means the mole is still in the box and you lose. Let's change the lights in 3, 2, 1.
Now her laughing is
well,
crazy. Shout out to you, girl. You did this thing, bro. You fucking did it. You deserve the money. You were good at blending in, and you weren't a dickhead to the other contestants. You know, I'm good. You were polite to everybody while fucking them all over. Shout out to you. You did this shit with grace.
The person who is not an empath, please step forward.
Also, I watched your whole interview.
In 3, 2, 1.
I knew it! I knew it! I knew it couldn't have been you. I know!
I was so irritated because I was the only person I found out from the first round that sniffed her out right away.
I thought we were golden. I mean, we got the 3 tisms, and I did not expect like anything from those 2 at all. Maybe if I was closer to her, maybe I would have felt some energy vibes, but yeah, I had no idea.
I am not an empath. I have autism and ASPD, which is antisocial personality disorder, which is technically psychopathy. Antisocial personality disorder has affected me in many different ways. I talk about it on my YouTube channel, which is Chocolate Autism. I do not completely lack empathy.
Chocolate autism is crazy. Nah, that is a crazy ass name. What? Like you cooked? But damn.
I have cognitive empathy, but I do not have emotional empathy. Everything that I said is true. I work with people that are mentally ill, people that are homeless, people that have substance abuse issues that are
She didn't even lie.
on the streets. When people think about sociopaths,
She didn't even lie. Yo! I respect you even more.
Automatically think murderers, you know, like bad people. But they don't understand that there is a spectrum. Low functioning sociopaths have low impulse control, and most of them have a low IQ, and they do go out and hurt people and act on their intrusive thoughts. People that are high functioning sociopaths might have intrusive thoughts, but there's a misconception that people that have ASPD don't care about others. It's not that we don't care about people's feelings, we just don't understand them.
Hearing about the spectrum of how sociopaths can be, that was very helpful to me because I did have someone close to my life who was on the extreme spectrum, especially someone who wanted to be malicious.
Yeah, I watched the whole interview. It was like an hour. It was very insightful.
Bubbly and kind of like
She was also kind of funny though, like unironically. Like, and I think she wasn't trying to be funny, which is like kind of sad. But like some of the stuff she said was, I was just like, I like chocolate autism. I don't think she did that to be funny. I just think she dead ass was like fire name. But I think it's like so funny. You know what I'm saying?
Sociopathy has affected me in many different ways.
Also, I can't believe she's
it has
30.
affected my love life.
She looks
because
so
I don't
young. Like she actually looks like 23, 21, 22.
I don't
like college
understand
age.
love. Obviously, I try to love my mother and my sister, but I do not know what love is. I do not know what happiness is. I try to pretend to be, you know, a functioning member of society because I don't want to be an outcast. But honestly, I spend most of my life pretending. Not as much as today, but yeah, I'm just pretending to be happy when sometimes I feel nothing. But I am not going to let sociopathy define me. I'm not going to be a crappy person just because I feel nothing, because I know that other people do have feelings and emotions, even though I honestly
feeling nothing is pretty sad.
80% of emotions.
How did you feel when you found out that you won?
Can I be honest?
Yes.
I felt nothing.
See, this is what I said. She's unironically fucking hilarious too.
I just wanted to see how far I would go in the game.
Like, unironically, she's fucking hilarious, bro.
Okay.
I love her. I love her, bro. Like, unironically, she is so fucking funny, bro. Like, shout out to you. Shout out to you, bro.